all of our state Republican elected officials to come up. Commissioner Hall is here, and we've got several others. Senator Giles Ward and our party leadership. I think this is everybody. I want to thank all of you for coming. This is something that I hope becomes a habit. It's a lot of fun to gather together as a party and to welcome other like-minded conservatives into our party. And it's also a pleasure to have other special guests that we'll get to in a moment later. People take for granted, I think, in Mississippi how fortunate we are to have Haley Barbour as a governor. And I'm very proud to be able to say he's our governor. And at this time, I'm going to turn the podium over to our governor, Haley Barbour.
Brad, thank you, and congratulations on the occasion for which we are gathered. I hope this is habit forming. It seems like it's starting to be. And it's a real tribute to Brad's leadership and the energy that he's shown. I got two little things that I'm going to do today. One is I'm going to introduce Larry McMillan. Larry is the long-time, I believe, five-term Chancery Clerk of Neshoba County, who is here with us today to change parties. And I want to say welcome. We're tickled to have you. You've got some good folks that you're joining, and I promise you, as you look back, you'll just only wish you'd done it sooner. Thank you.
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
You know, as a former national party chairman, it brings back fond memories of years ago when I would travel to states and meet with state party leaders and elected officials. And so today I'm not going to introduce, but I am particularly glad to welcome our national party chairman, Michael Steele. Brad. I think Brad deserves the honor of introducing him, but Michael and I had a lot of chances to work together. He was, as some of you may know, the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland. His ticket mate, Governor Ehrlich, was elected in the class of 1994 to the House when I was chairman of the party, and I had a great chance to work with Bob and to get to know Michael during those days. And so we have a party chairman who has run for and been elected to public office, which all of us who have to do that, you feel a whole lot better. As Sam Rayburn said about some people in the Johnson White House, he said, I wish some of those folks had run for sheriff before. Well, we have a national party leader who has done that, and we're tickled to have him in Mississippi, but I want to yield to our great, really outstanding party chairman for the purpose of the introduction. Brad White. Brad.
I was in favor of letting the governor just continue talking there for a little while with those last few remarks. Thank you. In addition to Michael Steele having held office and run for office, he's also served our party as a county chairman, state chairman, and other positions within the party. And as somebody that has to deal with party functions on a daily basis, it's kind of like in the book of Ezekiel, where before God sent him out to do his work, he told them to go and sit where they've sat. And he has certainly sat where we've been sitting, and he does a great job in working with us, and I appreciate the teamwork that we receive from the RNC. There's not been one thing since I've been chairman that we have asked for or needed help with that we didn't have the full cooperation of the Republican National Committee. And we're particularly happy to have them in our state today. So at this time, I give you our RNC Chairman, Michael Steele.
Well, it is great to be back in Mississippi. I was just in the neighborhood, Governor. I just came on the plane, and I said, land, we're here. Wow, what an impressive welcome and greeting for you, Larry. I mean, you just brought him out. You got the governor, you got the lieutenant governor. And I think it speaks to the vibrancy of the party here in this great state under the leadership of Governor Barbour, and I have some very, obviously, special regards for him since I've known him a long time, and he's been a friend and mentor and supporter, and we got the chance to partner over the last 6 or 7 months for the campaigns this past fall, and just really talking about the synergies that are existing out there for this party right now. The opportunity to mean something to families and businesses, and so it's with a great deal of appreciation and pride and a special sense of gratitude that I get to welcome you, Larry, to the Republican Party. And on behalf of Republicans and the 168 members who represent the leadership of this party across the country, it's my pleasure and honor. Welcome. And certainly, I'd like to welcome as well, and this will be the first time that I really get to do it officially, so it's kind of cool to do it in her backyard. The newest member who will be joining us at the national level come January, National Committee woman. Jeannie, welcome again, and it's such an honor. You're going to be following the footsteps of a good buddy and Cindy, and I really appreciate Cindy's leadership, and I know all of you are familiar with her and her hard work. Moved on. I thought I had you over here at one time. So, but it's a real great pleasure to see you and thank you for your work, and we're looking forward to whatever comes next. Right? That's the way it goes. And certainly to all of you who are leaders here in the party, thank you so much. And as a former lieutenant governor, in a particular way, I got to say a shout out to the LG here. So. But I also want to say in a particular way, thank you to 2 senators who are out there right now in Washington trying to hold off the greedy, grabby hands of the federal government as they try to come after our health care. Senator Cochran and Wicker, they are out there putting up the barricades and blocking and tackling. And it is an important work right now for us as we have to confront the reality that we have an administration that has an agenda that has nothing to do with you, your families, your businesses, or your communities, but everything to do with growing and imposing government on people and stripping away from them the essence of what has made us a unique nation for all these years, our liberties, our freedoms, our abilities to make decisions that benefit communities and families and certainly businesses. And so we have begun an aggressive pushback, and we're asking, and I'm really pleased to be joined here with the leadership. And your national committee man, where's Mr. Barbour? There he is. Henry Barbour, there you go. We'll be joined by Henry and Jeannie and Cindy and certainly your chairman, who I got to meet when I first started this trek for the chairmanship and sit down with him and to see and hear the vibrancy of his leadership. We're all asking you to get engaged unlike you've ever been engaged before over the next 10 days. Because if we're not, they will get their way. And if they do, you won't like it. Trust me. And so this matter is very important. Grassroots out there are rising up, and we need to be a part of that tide. We need to be a part of that voice that says enough is enough. And so the party leadership, in concert with the grassroots, are ready to strike back, loud and hard, and let this administration know that the path they're on is not the path that takes us to prosperity and opportunity, but takes us on a road in which the government controls our businesses, the decisions those businesses make, how much money they make, defines again for us what profit is. This is not the America we know, and it's certainly not the America that we want for the future of our country. So we have a real good opportunity now to do something bold and different. We can do it right here in Mississippi. We can do it in Florida. We can do it in my home state of Maryland. All across this great country. And we've seen it. We saw it this summer, where people would go to town halls and stand before their congressman or their senator and say, listen to me. Listen to me. And what was the response from the president, from the Speaker of the House, from the majority leader? Say what? I'm too busy. I've got a call to make. Could you show me some ID before you ask me a question? This is the response of leadership to the concerns of the people. Well, let's show them, and let's give them our response.